Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Engelman. I am a project manager with the City of St. Paul Public Works Street Design and Construction Group. I'm going to go through the Grand Avenue Reconstruction presentation. This is the slide deck that we had presented on March 21st, 2024. And it's the same presentation with a couple of additions based on questions we heard that night. As I mentioned, this project presentation is going to cover a number of things about the project, primarily related to construction, but there's a number of points and contexts that will touch in there that will be an addition to that, but I won't read all the slides. But we will be kind of keeping this to this agenda through the presentation. The project itself is a reconstruction of Grand Avenue from Fairview Avenue to Snelling, and we are going to bridge it over 2 years. The 2024 section is from Fairview Avenue to Cambridge Street, and then in 2025, it is from Cambridge Street to Snelling. Through a combination of input from our residents and businesses, access needs for the area, institutional needs, I think the students, and timing with other projects in the area, we did decide to bridge it over 2 years. I'll talk more about the access and detours a little bit further on in the project, but the idea is that we're going to keep Grand open for everybody to use while we're under construction and keep life as much as normal as we can during the construction project. The typical design, I'm not going to go too deep into the design itself. There's been a significant amount of engagement from the city on the layout that was used to design the project. There is, well, I'll call it a plethora, but there is a lot of information on the project website that has the layout, a variety of cross sections, such as what I'm showing here, and other elements of the project that we are going to be implementing as part of the reconstruction. One element I will say that at Cambridge, there was a design review necessary for the Cambridge intersection. That review of the turning movements at that intersection, basically, we are going to keep all turning movements the same as they are today. There will be left turns permitted for all directions at Cambridge and Grand. The project will improve pretty much everything from the outside of sidewalk to outside of sidewalk. We're talking about new street pavements, concrete curb and gutter, new sidewalks, and updates to the pedestrian environment. Underground utilities, sewer, water, will be updated or touched almost along the entire corridor. Street lighting will be updated. Traffic signals at Fairview and at Snelling will be updated as well, and a refreshing of our urban forest as part of this project will be completed. The project construction is subject to change, but you probably have already seen us out doing work. The inspection of utilities and a variety of other infrastructure bits, tree removals we'll be doing this spring, early spring, late winter. The real construction, when I say real construction, that's when we start talking about removing of the street pavements. That's looking to be the summer into fall. That's where we start seeing the significant closure of two vehicles in the construction area. I also want to point out there's a number of other construction projects in the area that we'll be coordinating with. Hidden River Middle School has work that they'll be doing this year and next year. Snelling Avenue, our partners at MnDOT will be updating and refreshing the surface and doing some curb line changes on Snelling Avenue, all south of Grand, but they have a nice project website that you can take a look at as well. And I have McAllister College on here. They're planning to do work in 2026, but that's a placeholder for all the private development work, any type of other construction. We do plan on coordinating with those projects and facilitating that as part of our work so that everybody's not stepping on each other. But there will be quite a bit of work in this area for the next couple of years. That work will impact how you access and get through Grand Avenue. During construction, through traffic will not be permitted. However, you'll be able to have local traffic onto the street and up to Cambridge that will facilitate deliveries, parking where available parking would be, and primarily we'll want to keep our plan is to keep the pedestrian access to all the front doors on this corridor, but there may be limited, but it may be limited at times. But our goal is to keep a pedestrian access to everybody on the corridor. So you may have to walk a little further to use your businesses or get to your homes, but you will still be able to do so. The project team will coordinate with the businesses and regarding deliveries and other access needs, and keep people in the know on when those sidewalks may be limited access. Do anticipate that the parking needs of this corridor will be robust and that it's going to be a little bit tighter for parking needs as we go through. But we do plan to having a signed detour that will try to keep neighborhood streets from having a significant increase in traffic. They will see increased traffic from your neighbors using the side streets as they know best, and they will continue to do so. But we will try to keep the through traffic on a Summit Avenue. That's the goal at the moment. We also have coordinated with our maintenance personnel, and they have done pothole patching for the alley in this area. Anticipation of this project work, hopefully that is a better drive for you for the foreseeable future. When you see these signs, it's a big push that we want you to know that when we say road closed to through traffic, you still have access to businesses, parking, deliveries as needed up till you reach a road closed sign. When you see a road closed sign, that means do not go beyond it. You may fall into a hole, and that'd be problematic. The goal is to through traffic. Road closed to through traffic means you have local access. Road closed means you don't have access on the roadway surface there. Pedestrian sidewalks is, and we intend to keep doing this throughout the project with that limited access I mentioned before, keep pedestrian mobility up to your front door. Construction in general is dusty, noisy, it's inconvenient. Do expect to see that your street will be dug up numerous to be the exact same location by different people. The work is done in layers, and we often use different crews to do different types of work, and that's to be expected. So don't be surprised by that. We'll continue to coordinate with you regarding utilities and access, but do expect some interruption of services as we come through. One of those types of services that is going to be significant to the corridor is there going to be new water main. To put in the new water main, the properties are connected to temporary water main. And working with their St. Paul Regional Water Surface partners, we'll get temporary water in there. They'll work with you on connecting it to your property. There should be minimal impacts or off time for your water service. And once you're connected to the temporary water service, they encourage you to use it as much as possible. As a encouragement for that, they do not charge for water while you're on a temporary service. And any type of water you are using to kind of flow through the service does tend to help keep that water from getting warm, especially in the hot summer months. Other things you can think about for preparing for construction. Primarily any items that you see in the boulevard that are yours that you would want to protect, we do encourage you to bring them to off the right of way. So off the roadway, keep them off the sidewalk, any paved boulevards, any elements that you want to save, bring it onto your property. Especially sprinklers, benches, signage, planters, anything that you want to that is left in the right of way has a opportunity to be touched or damaged by construction. In general, we prefer that you protect it so that you don't have a bad day when we have to tell you that something got hit. But if you do have any areaways or vaults, things that go under the sidewalk in the area, please coordinate with the Public Works, me, the construction team, so that we can make sure that that's addressed and that we're not going to hit anything that shouldn't be hit. Also, we encourage you to talk to your customers, clients, employees. Let them know that Grand is still open for business, and let them know what you're seeing as the best way for them to access your business or property. Parking, we'll provide information and updates on our project website to help you with that, but letting people know that Grand is open for business, and you letting people know the best way to your property will be helpful for everybody. And finally, there have been mailings sent out about private sewer and lead water service lines. Please follow through with those if you're interested. And even if you're not interested for the lead services, I highly recommend that you move forward and get those replaced. Also, any type of inspection you want to do on your own utilities, please do so and coordinate any work that you would want to have with the project team. Ongoing communication, that's going to be on common theme through this, and has been a common theme, but we are both internal staff, the construction staff, the project design team. We're also hiring consultants to facilitate communications. So please take advantage of those communication opportunities as you can. We encourage you to sign up for utilities and provide full contact information on the project website. The communication is that if we need to get a hold of you or coordinate with you regarding something, especially short-term work that we're limiting your sidewalk access, that's helpful for us to have. There's also going to be regular communications, emails. There may be flyers that we post on your front door regarding that. If there's a need for an on-site or a communication, walk through the corridor or talk about access, we can do that as well. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions or concerns. The best place to look for updates will be on the project website. We do those on a regular basis. Think weekly and look at that, and you can see what's going to happen, what we did the past week, and what we'll be planning to do in the next week. The project is funded from a variety of different sources. This one does have the new 1% city sales tax going to the project funding, the common cent. It is a common cent project. We also typically will use municipal state aid for eligible items. Think gas tax for that type of funding. And it is the city's practice to assess all abutting property owners. That assessment hasn't been determined yet. That is part of a special benefit analysis that they will complete. When that is ready to share, they will send out a letter with that assessment rate, what that anticipated assessment cost will be, and a notice of time and place for a public hearing for any questions you may have in front of council. If you have questions before that, about process, if you have questions about the project in general, we do encourage you to ask that before the public hearing, see if there's anything that we could answer so that you don't have to ask council members what's going on with the what type of concrete you're using, type of thing. Questions that they would refer to me. But if you do have questions about that, please do reach out. Our special assessments group email webpage is on this slide as well. Other contact information, again, our project website. Feel free to reach out to there. We will sign up for updates. Again, my name is Chris Engelman. Feel free to email me, call me. I will have more higher level information, but we will have a city construction inspector. He's going to actually be our lead inspector. There's going to be a variety of staff out on the project, but Mr. Rooney is great to have. He's really knowledgeable. Basically, he's going to know a lot more about what's going on, boots on the ground wise, than I will, but we're both there to help you out with any questions you may have. In addition just to us, we have a variety of other what I'll call experts or divisions within Public Works to address elements that you may have questions about, including our Parks and Recreation Forestry Unit, St. Paul Regional Water Services, any questions about your water, lead lines, etc., sewers, You have a number for that, and then assessments. But if you don't know who to call, or if you have just general questions, feel free to reach out to me and I'll try to get you the right person if I don't know that answer myself. Again, I appreciate your time and thank you for listening to the presentation. If you do have questions, reach out and I will be there to help answer questions. Thank you for your time.